Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got some special guests joining us today.
Yes, indeed.
We have the ladies of Queens.
Ow, not the borough.
And
Okay.
Brandy.
Yes. And this is about to be my new favorite show. I could already tell just from seeing the music video. Y'all put out the energy. It looks like y'all had an amazing time filming too behind the scenes.
We had a great time. We did. That video, it was hot as hell, but it was perfect. It was perfect. Yeah, we had a good time.
Congrats to you,
Very
Eve.
rewarding.
Yes, thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes.
How's it been so far?
It's been great. I mean, these ladies were some of the first people I actually told. Like, literally. Like, so it's been great. And we've been filming through the whole thing. And it's
no
been
craving
amazing.
so far? Nothing that you
Hot
wanted?
sauce. All I want is hot sauce.
Just hot sauce.
Which can't have because then it gave me heartburn, but it tastes so good. So I don't care.
And she was part of the storyline?
Yeah.
She loves snacks.
No, we didn't. So you'll see as things go on, things get shot differently.
Yes.
Things get shot a lot differently.
I crave everything Eve craves, and I'm
It's
not
true.
pregnant. I be on set like,
It's snack time. It's snack time.
Whatever she's having, we'll have too.
Yes, but it's good.
How did y'all channel the nasty bitches inside of you?
Oh my
'Cause
God.
that's the name of the group.
Well, explain that, Yee, because
I just said it's the name of the group.
That's the name of the group. Yeah, but you know what? It's funny. I feel like for me, Brandy and Naturi, it might have been slightly easy just because we come from performing background. But for Nadine, who murders it, by the way, Nadine has never performed rap, sang like at all, and she murders it. So I don't know. For us, I feel like it was right. I don't know.
For me, I felt like it was an easy transition only because I've played a rapper before.
Yeah.
Playing Little Kim kind of helped set me up. But I also wasn't channeling just that. I was trying to think, how can I separate myself from Tasha?
Yeah.
You know, from what people saw me in Power, saw me as Little Kim. So for me, I was excited to bring Jill, my character is Jill, hip hop in a different way. Like, I didn't want her to seem what everyone expected. So I think we just had fun with it. But it was more natural, I would say.
It was
for us.
natural. Yeah.
What did Nadine do?
Yeah,
then, since
Nadine.
Yeah, what did Nadine do? Tell me.
You killed it.
Nadine is dedicated.
Yes.
I'm just, I'm an actress, right? So it's like music has been in my soul. It's in my. It's something that I haven't tapped into until now. Something that I would come in and out of my life, but I never felt confident enough to put myself in that position.
So you never rapped before? At 16, you
I
wasn't
never
in a
rapped
rap group,
before.
nothing?
I didn't even listen to rap, actually.
Really?
Yeah, no, I didn't grow up with that. I grew up very Christian, Pentecostal, so there was a big
That's why
chunk
I
of my
love
life
that. I love
that I
it.
didn't have. But also being with them and just them creating a place where it's like it was okay to explore and experiment and be guided, that kind of safety just relaxed me enough to just experiment.
You murder it.
Because I'm sure there was probably other artists that was going out for the role.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm surprised.
Who'd you beat out, Nadine? Who'd you beat out? Who'd you beat out, Nadine?
Some people, right? Like I can imagine
People who do this.
Like people we know, actually. Like,
Yeah.
Probably. I know my acting game. Like, but when it, I know that I have that. Like, if you can put me in a room with anybody, I'm gonna act my ass off and I'm gonna feel confident. But the music part was like, what?
Okay, but if he can't, do you have a favorite rapper now from having done this and having to study it?
Well, I enjoy Cardi B. I love how free she is, right? Like in her body and just like in her being. And then during the pilot, because a lot of my character has similarities to J-Lo, there's a lot of jokes like. She calls me fake J-Lo character, There's a few jokes about J-Lo and me thinking I'm J-Lo. So I also watched her because, she was coming up in the 90s. And so I was like watching her style. But Lisa Left Eye was another one that I was, watching as well.
Yeah, rest in peace.
I was watching a lot
watching Lil Kim too.
Yeah, I was watching.
Yes.
Now, I seen Brandy in Atlanta when I was getting my COVID test out in the parking lot.
Okay.
Shout out to BT. I said, Brandy, you coming? She was like, Envy, I don't know. I said, Brandy, we evolved. We're not the same. She was like, I love y'all, Envy, but I don't know. But I'm glad you came.
Me too.
I'm glad you came. We love you up here.
I could not leave the Queens up here.
No.
so what is the show about exactly?
I know.
So I feel like,
I
mean, I think we all have different ways to explain it, but I would say Queens is about 4 women that used to be in a girl group back in the day. Somebody actually lived that experience. So I relate to this storyline. But it's interesting. These women have lost their sense of self. They've lost their confidence, their swag, their sexiness because they're older. It's like 20 years later. And they have this chance to become a group again because a young artist basically flips their song and takes it and does a remix. And it gives them a second chance. And I think a lot of people, not just women, can connect to the Queen story because it's really about second chances.
Yeah.
When you really have had a dream and you didn't really get a chance to go hard, and we broke up, kind of a tumultuous breakup, which I've also lived. But it's definitely a story about redemption.
Who caused the breakup?
But a pecan.
It was these two. It was both of y'all.
Yeah, true. That's
Naomi,
true.
Brandy's character.
Well, my character was not having it.
Yeah.
She don't
Right, of the
without-
things
without
Valeria.
getting into all the details, but a lot of the things that she did, I wasn't for at all.
Well, she was shady as fuck.
She was shady.
She's a hustler.
bleep that out.
She hustled her
We
way
can
into the
curse
group.
on here.
She started. So
Yeah.
we can
Yeah,
curse.
we
Okay, wait.
okay.
We can't?
So all of y'all have different interpretations of what the show is about?
No, I think we all
I
agree
think,
with it.
I think we all agree with that. I definitely agree with definitely the starting over. I think especially with my character, she is a mother of 5. But she loves her life now. It's just she definitely lost that part of herself, and that's another thing that I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. A lot of women, especially, like, yo, I'm gonna make sure the family's good. I'm gonna make sure my man's good, and then you kind of forget who you are. Once the kids are grown, once your relationship has gone, as long as it's gone, who are you then? What are you left with? So. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, honestly, this show is a roller coaster ride. The music is amazing. The emotion, like
Shout out to Swiss Beats.
And y'all
Shout out
taking
to
this over
Swiss
y'all doing
Beats,
an
like-
album?
wow, who said that?
We got
As it relates to the stories in the show, the music corresponds to the
It's
show.
a soundtrack.
There
Very
will be a
guys
soundtrack.
doing
Shout out
We
to
do
Jeff
have
Jackson.
songs
We do have songs.
I won't-
together, all together.
all together,
All together,
as
baby.
the group, but we won't say album.
Right.
Soundtrack.
On Def Jam.
Yeah, we do.
I know, but I start getting stressed out about who I need to call.
We don't want to.
Like, did I miss something? I start getting apologize.
Wait a
Flashbacks to the business. Flashbacks to the business.
So I remember when you guys were doing the pilot, right?
Yes.
So what was the
Oh,
process
yeah.
from doing the pilot and then it getting picked up? Because it wasn't a definite at first. But it seemed like it happened
You know
pretty
what's
quick.
crazy? I honestly, during the pilot, I think we all knew it was.
We
gonna be
did
good.
know. We were like,
knew.
this is fucking special.
We knew.
Like our chemistry
Yeah,
together. We
Nadine is
kept
going in.
saying
Yeah.
it.
Pentecostal Christian.
Okay.
Come on, F-word.
Christian's out the window.
Amen.
One season of the show, you first.
Is the best word in the
Forget all the
dictionary.
Christian upbringing.
Hip hop do.
Fuck that.
Kind of backslid.
Shout out to our writer though.
Yes.
To Angela's question though.
Yeah.
Zahir McGee wrote the show, and Serena Wynn and ABC.
Yeah.
We knew that they believed in it.
So
and then
much.
watching, like when I watched the pilot, I think they sent us a link. I was like, this is about to be huge.
Wow,
And
yeah.
I've experienced being on a show that has failed, being on a show that succeeded. This felt like for me just like the next chapter that I couldn't wait for. You know, the fans to see. So I'm
It's very different. It's very special. Like, and I love the fact, obviously coming from hip hop as well. We come from that
Y'all
era,
lived it.
but to have a story from a female point of view with hip hop and not
Right.
just like a male fucking point
Yeah.
of view. Like, I feel like that's happened so much. Like, it's really nice. And to see sisterhood,
Yes.
for real. Like, we don't
Women
compete
empowerment.
with each other. Women of color, like it's a big deal.
Now looking
It is
back
a
at
big
it, right?
deal.
You were a solo artist. You were a solo artist.
Yeah.
Would you prefer to be in a group now, seeing how a
No.
group?
I love
That
these
fast?
ladies. Yes.
I wouldn't even want to be.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I love these ladies, and this was an amazing experience, and I'm thankful for this experience. But I would never want to be in a group ever.
What about you, Brandy?
I would never would.
Well, I don't mind the group. I love sharing the light, sparkling brighter. Like I would love to be in a group like this. Like these women are amazing. I'm inspired by them. They keep me on my toes. If it was a group like this, then yes. But if it ain't, then no.
Right.
I'm happy with the TV group.
Yes.
I'm so happy with
Sorry,
the
did you
TV
bring back flashbacks?
Naturi, huh?
I was like, wait, what's one of your lines in the show? Play it. When you say
Please, girl, please,
play it, please.
please.
No, I've
didn't get
been
it.
in a group, but I actually wish if I could do it again, it was like this. In all honesty, this is the way a group should feel.
It should.
It's imperfect. We do have like our moments.
But we're also 20 years older.
I was about to say
Yes, we're
we're mature
difference.
and we ain't got nothing to compete about. We all in our own lanes,
That's
and
what it is.
we're comfortable enough in our own skin to support each other.
Right.
And that's a big deal.
That is a big
Yes.
deal.
You ain't getting that when you
There are
young.
You have to
moments,
be.
Though, when I watch, like when I'm in the scene, I'm like, yo, this really happened to me.
Yeah.
That Cribs episode.
The Crips, yeah.
I lived it. I was doing a fake Cribs on. I mean, I'm telling everybody now on the Breakfast Club. MTV did the Cribs, and you know, like back when 3LW was hot, we had to pretend. But I didn't have a car. I didn't have a house. I didn't have any of those things. But we was.
So you didn't
right-
have a crib?
to do MTV Cribs.
We did MTV Cribs.
So you didn't have a crib to do the
We wound
crib.
up doing an episode very similar to that without
That's
giving too much
funny.
away, where you see how fake we have to project this image, and I literally did that and had to clean the house by 7 o'clock to give it back to the owner
Y'all had to clean the house too?
and get out.
They
of
made
here.
y'all
Y'all had
clean
to
the house.
clean
They
the
always clean
maids,
house.
too.
We had to clean up all of our stuff, get a cleaning person. Not
Okay.
like,
I was like, I thought y'all was in there scouring, scouring toothbrush.
God, Naturi is in this group.
things were bad.
Well, Brandy and Eve, what else did this show bring back to the surface for y'all? Naturi just gave us something. What did it bring back
Yeah.
to the surface for y'all?
I mean, for me, honestly, the first week and a half, it was actually hard for me to find Brianna and P-Sex because it's so many parallels to my actual life.
Yes.
Wow.
So it kind of freaked me out. Like, okay, yeah, I'm married with 4 kids, but another baby on the way. So I'm like 5 kids. Like, I come from hip hop. So it took me a minute to find her voice. But once I did, for me, it actually... Professor Sex actually freed me up a little bit. Like our first performance, like our BET performance, I would never wear a bathing
She's so
suit
sexy in
or
this
bikini
thing.
on
Oh my
stage.
God.
As me,
Sexy.
I'm never doing that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
as Professor Sex, I loved it so much, and it was
And you looked
actually nice.
amazing.
Thank you, Gra de la Squad.
I'm about to say y'all all looked amazing though in that
Thank
video.
you.
All of you,
Yes,
I was
thank
like, everybody looks incredible.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
how I
you
was
so
like, I
much.
could see this happening because
Yeah.
I see the premise is from the teaser that we saw. You guys are getting together to do like an award show.
Yes.
and so
BET
that
Awards.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's our first performance.
Y'all should have performed at this year's BET
That's
Hip
what
Hop
I
Awards.
would've- I would've
That's what I
loved
said.
it. That would have been sick.
Might be next year. We
Yeah.
gotta
That'd
plant the
have been
seed,
sick.
and then they might ask for us.
I mean, the
Yeah.
songs are so dope. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if people did ask us to do it. Like the songs and the performances
crazy.
are all so big. Like, yeah.
What about you, Brandy? What did it bring back up for you?
Well, my life is so parallel to Naomi Explicit Lyrics' life. Like, I don't know if anybody knows, but I like dibbled and dabbled in rap, back in the day, and nobody wanted to hear me rap because people were so used to me singing. It's all good, but God had another plan to bring about queens, and I just completely related not just to my character but to all the women, and we
Being
get
a
a chance
mother.
to tell like complex stories, and I'm a single mom, so there have been times where I've had to try to balance providing for my daughter and then also spending the quality time with her. And that's what my character Naomi deals with, just trying to prioritize and balance her relationship with her daughter and this newfound success with the women. So
And how was that with your daughter? Because you're a great mom. The way
Thank
you
you very
raise your
much.
mom, how
Yeah.
strong your daughter is.
Thank you.
Now, how is that, especially with social media, people attacking you and
Yeah.
your daughter? So how do you deal with that as a mom?
Well, I mean, it's difficult because, I don't want her to run across anything to mess up her mind or anything like that. But my daughter is very strong. I feel like it takes a village, but I definitely feel like I raised her to follow her gut and, not read all the comments, that she's beautiful with or without people's validation. And I think that she really gets that now. She's 19, so she definitely has more to go and, more growing to do and more confidence to build. But,
I see her singing your songs over.
yeah.
She can sing.
And she
Thank
is
you very
beautiful.
much. Thank you.
And you
Really
went
is.
viral for your raps too. And people was like,
They
listen,
love it.
I love the way Brandy raps.
Yes, they love it.
Okay.
Yes.
The way you talk to Cameron and JD, because I think you could be a rapper. Like,
Yes.
the way you talk to them, I'm like, Brandy was a rapper in her past.
Well, Evie was telling me, yo, you sound like Nas. You need to go more into your Nas sound. And so from there,
murdered.
she was, getting the stamp from Fav. It's
No,
like, okay,
whatever. You ain't need no damn stamp. Y'all
I
all
needed
killed
it from
it. No,
you.
you
You
didn't.
my top 5. I had need it. I need it. Okay? Because without E, none of us would be rapping in this group. She stamps it.
Yeah.
She stamps it for us to,
Y'all
to be able to
yes.
rap.
Simple and it's
But I
great.
mean, girl, you being a
Our
hip hop
first
legend, it
rehearsal, we
stamps
were
it.
all just like, oh, we actually, it just all clicked.
And there is a
For
great
real, we actually
episode
did.
between
We were like,
explicit
this
lyrics
Yeah.
and Professor Sex.
Yeah, we do a battle.
It's a
Bang.
bad. It's
nuts,
so dope.
I was so
It's
intimidated.
nuts. No,
Envy,
it's
I was
so good. Same shit. I was scared too.
Oh.
It's like not scared, but just like, yo, this is crazy. It was battle royale. Like
It
that shit
was.
real.
And we love
Like,
each other
Did
so
y'all have
much.
to write
we
your
had-
own lyrics?
No,
we
okay.
they won't
They
let
got-
us.
They were like
They
going
won't
in,
let us,
right? Like,
no, but just the intensity of
Right.
it
Yes.
was really real. It's such a dope scene.
And
It's
the way we
best
respected
scene.
each other, how we filmed it, it's like
course.
because we were both nervous and we both love each other. So it's like, I don't want to
Yes.
battle you. It's so weird. But
and
dope
Brandy kept
scene.
saying, "I don't really mean this." Guys, every time she's an asshole, she's like, "I want you guys to know I don't really mean this."
and you come at it, she's
Yeah.
like,
You say
like
some
what I'm
crazy
telling.
stuff, but it's perfect. I
Yes.
love it.
So
It's
good.
perfect. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Brandy,
Tori,
how'd you
what's going
feel?
on with the solo
Okay.
album now, too? Because I know you've been working on
Yes.
that.
Oh, well, so and they always inspire me. I actually played like some of my songs in the trailer for like Brandy, Eve, and Nadine.
We lost it.
And they're like,
Yes.
girl, put it out.
Yeah.
Please now.
I feel like now that obviously Queens is taking a lot of my time. I've turned into a rapper again, but I still definitely am singing. We're working with Troy Taylor, actually, who's vocally coaching us as well. So I'm back in the studio, but I just want to make sure I give this the focus and attention. And then hopefully by the time this blows up, I'll be able to drop some new music.
Well,
What
she
made-
sings. She
what-
sings a song in the show.
And she does sing a song.
Yes.
in the show.
I'm sorry,
I
can't
do,
tell you.
I do. That's
the
like a
details,
surprise, but
yeah.
look
Sorry.
out for no, it's
Sorry,
cool.
girl,
we
I had to
drop
let
it.
him-
We
I
drop
had
it
to let
stuff.
him
Now, what made you all take a part? Now, Naturi, you just left Power. So what made you say, you know what, I want to be a part of Queens? What was like intriguing to you?
The script, honestly, this script, I never forget when my agent called me and was like, they, would like you for the show. And it's the first time I have not had to audition, which is really a big deal.
Really?
For a black actress in Hollywood. Let me tell you how hard it is to get a straight offer to be on
Yeah,
network
it
TV.
is.
Is that because of the success of
They
Power?
don't do that.
After Power.
Okay, that was because of the
Power-
success of Power, though.
Because of, yes, I presume, I hope. But I was just so excited because I read the script and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a black man who's writing it. We have a great team behind us. Tim Story, who's directed tons of stuff. You know,
Yes.
Tim Story is
Shout
like
out to Tim.
legendary. Sabrina Wynn from ABC Signature. We have so many dope people that I said yes because it's different from my character. I did not want people to typecast me into being the wife of a drug dealer for the rest of my career. I'll be the drug dealer next time.
The widow of a drug dealer.
Right?
Exactly. The widow of a drug dealer because they done killed my baby. Shout out to Omari Hardwick. I still love you, boo.
YouTube say he coming back though, but that's another story.
They always want the ghost to come back, but hey. Anyway.
Well, child, we got Naturi.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I just said yes because I believed in it, and I knew that when I heard Eve, and then they said Brandy because we talked when we both got our offers, and I was like, oh, and then meeting Nadine, I just knew it would be special, so I was excited to start something new.
Now, what about you, Eve?
For me, I gotta be honest. When I first heard the premise, I was like, "This could go real bad. Like, this could be real bad.
It could be corny.
It could be super
Yeah,
corny.
yeah,
I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie, real life.
Yeah.
But then I spoke to Zaire. I spoke to Zaire McGee and Sabrina when we did a Zoom, and the way Zaire explained to me what it was and what he wanted and the authenticity of what he wanted, I was like, okay, cool. Read the script and fell in love. And I was like, actually, this is gonna be really special because for me it wasn't just about the music. It was about what are the women, who are the women, and how deep
Their
can we get with
relationship.
them, their relationship, but also in their lives. Like if we're going 20 years later, like it can't be us just really trying to claw back and just do
Right.
music. It needs to be about who we are as women. And it's the scripts are amazing. So yeah.
And Brandy?
Same, I met with Zaire McGee and I met with Sabrina and we just hit it off. And when I got the script, I was like, oh my God, sometimes it's hard for me to just read scripts all the way through. Sometimes I skip over to the part that I'm supposed to play. That's bad.
Let me just read my
Let me
lines.
just read my little lines. But it was a page turner and I felt so many emotions. Like I cried, I laughed, everything. I could relate to every character. And then of course, music being my first love, I'm like, oh my God, I get to sing and rap. This is amazing. So, and then for it to be about women empowerment and friendships coming back together through music, it was just unbelievable. And it's so parallel to my life, like to get the second chance to be all that you're supposed to be. I just think that was such a great message, and I'm here.
And Nadine?
Yeah. Oof. So I was in Dubai.
Yeah,
Come on, girl.
Okay.
Living my best life.
That's very
you was on
good
vacation.
character, by the way.
That's
That's very Valeria.
private jet.
That's
They
so
call
her
me. I
character,
said, I'm
by
gonna help
the
these
way.
little girls out.
No. So I had left the business for 2 years, and because I was getting 3, because I was getting older, obviously, and I just wasn't fulfilled in the parts that I was going out for. And I did. I'm a plug in my show. I did sell a show to Showtime during that time, based on something that occurred to me before, and then. Really, it was about being a woman. And so I got a call from Tim Story because he knew that I wasn't auditioning anymore. And so he was like, I'm looking for another you. And I'm like, I remember getting that text and I'm like, another me? And it's Tim, right? And I'm like, well, I'm right here. He's like, but you're not acting anymore. I'm
That's
like, well.
the Jedi mind trick.
Exactly. He was fishing. Tim was fishing.
And I'm
Tim was
like,
seeing if you was interested or not.
I know. I was like, if you let me, he's like, would you read it? And I'm like, yes, of course. And when I read it, it was the relationship between the women. It was the fact that they wrote female characters that actually resembled female women, not little girls, not young girls trying to be something, but like actually something with substance. And at that time, during my Dubai trip, I got my period 3 times in 1 month.
Whoa.
What's that mean?
And I'm older. It means I'm 42.
Hold on.
And so I was feeling like, oh my God, he's talking about things that women actually go through. So we started talking about.
Oh, that was in the script.
No, it's not in the script, but there are things in the script that
makes sense
to being in your 40s.
Gotcha.
She's real as it comes.
So Zahir and I just connected on the fact that it just felt authentic to the experience of becoming 40. And for me, that was the selling point for me. The other part, I was like, I mean, I'm just going to be courageous and say yes. And then, I'll see where the cards fall. But
And they fail.
thankfully, I was connected with
was perfect.
women who could hold it for me.
Now I can imagine there's a lot of guest appearances on a show like this. So
You already saw Camera on.
Yes. Who are some people?
Yes.
Nas.
Fabio.
Fabio Foreign, yeah.
Fabio, and then just some more coming up.
They're
I
actually
saw you
coming
tag
up.
Nicki Minaj. What was it?
Yeah, Nicki Minaj actually.
Shout out to Nicki.
Yeah.
She basically loved the verse and she just loved the whole concept of the show.
Yeah.
So she saw one of our.
Was it a video?
Huh? It wasn't. It was a video, and then she saw my rhyme on there, and then she commented. So
That's amazing.
That's dope coming from Nicki Minaj.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
She's like
hopefully
really amazing.
when the show premieres,
I think that's what people are waiting for too.
They're
because
waiting to see what it's gonna be.
Yeah, because ultimately, I think a lot of people, especially being an artist, because I even said this, I was like, if I had gotten the call, if I wasn't in the cast, but I got the call to be like, can you come on the show to be yourself? I probably would say no, because I would want to come on to be
An actor.
an actor.
actress, yeah.
So I think when people see the show, they'll understand the premise that okay, I get it, because we're meshing everything together and it's gonna be okay. But
Right.
yeah,
Brandy, did you see a couple weeks ago that they just found out you and Ray J are brother and sister?
oh my god,
That's so crazy! Oh my God, that was so interesting because people didn't put 2 and 2 together. I guess because of the generation, it's just different. Like we came out at what. In the 90s, so a lot of the new generation didn't know that we were, brother and sister. And then, Ray went off on his own, his own path, and, I stayed on mine. So, sometimes it could be like, well, are they brother and sister? Are they not? So.
How's Ray doing? How's he doing?
Ray's good. He's out of the hospital,
Thank God.
whole pneummonia thing is clear. So I'm just happy for him.
Good.
I think that was God's way of saying you need to slow down.
Sit your ass down.
Yeah, that's your friend, Charlamagne.
I talked to him last week. I thought he slowed down though.
He did, but then with his tech, really taking off. He's like really
He's a
trying to
promotional
keep it.
master.
He is. But now he has help, so he doesn't have to do too much of the everyday, the day-to-day stuff. So
Now, Eve, is this show one of the reasons you left to talk?
No, it's not. The COVID was the main reason, and being home. Like being home with my man and realizing we actually really like each other still, and also still, but also not being on a plane. Like when I was doing the talk, I was on there for 3.5 years. I was traveling back and forth every 2 weeks from LA to London.
Oh wow!
Like he was doing it. So by the time I sat down, I was like, damn, I was a zombie for real. So yeah, and then this just happened to come up because I talked to Zaire before I even left the talk about this show. So it just all happened at the right time.
You know, I know you've been open about your fertility. And so you think that being able to have time at home actually helped you?
It helped me a ton. But it also helped me really, because real life, you know, people say it takes a village to raise kids. It takes a village sometimes to help you get pregnant. Because my doctor, shout out to Dr. Ali Abadi, I had 14 fibroids that I didn't even know about. So I had to get a myomectomy, which is a procedure to get the fibroids out. But she was the only doctor who went that deep, like got me an MRI. Like she was like, you could try and try and try. You're never going to get pregnant until you get rid of these things. But no other doctor told me this. She helped me get pregnant. But I think
a large
staying
percentage
home,
of black women have fibroids, and people don't talk about
People
that.
do not talk about this. Endometriosis, fibroids, like please, and also periods are not supposed to be painful. As women, we've been told that for years and years and years and years, and I never knew that. So I love this woman so much because this is what helped me. But staying home also made me really get into like, all right, I need to get in my uterine health. Like as women, that's just something we should do. So I'm very thankful.
What's the baby
very
due?
thankful. February.
February.
February 14th.
February 14th.
What does uterine health look like?
Baby.
Uterine health looks like going to the right doctors that listen to your concerns. Because sometimes we get told, oh, well, that's how it's supposed to be. No, if there's something wrong, there's something wrong. And guess what? If I need an MRI, give me an MRI. I don't care how young you think I am. Like something is wrong. And as women, most people, we are our own advocates anyway. Most of us know instinctually, especially women, something's going on. And so if you feel that, please do it. Because if I didn't go to this woman, I wouldn't be here where I am now. And that's 100%.
That's a big deal.
You know why I like hearing you say that? Because like a lot of times people think that only happens to people who don't have the means.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
The medical system is flawed.
Can I tell
period.
you, it happened to the doctor who did me. She's like the head at Cedars-Sinai. She had breast cancer. And they told her she didn't. This is a woman who's the head. Like, it happens to everyone. You have to be your own advocate at every level. Seriously.
Love that.
So, yeah.
I'm excited to see Queens.
What is it like to return to the world of scripted TV for Eve and Brandy? Because Naturi, you just jumped out.
Right. I forgot how long the hours was. I forgot but I have to say, I love the challenge. I hate being bored and I hate being complacent, so I love the challenge. I actually miss it, and to do it with these ladies,
And
honestly,
the roles
and
are
this
just
way is
amazing.
dope. Exactly.
It's like exciting every time we come to set
It
to
is.
do our parts.
Yeah.
It's
when
not.
when you're doing something this amazing, like you just even though it might be, you know, the grind is hard, but it's just worth it.
Yeah.
And I love scripted television, and I love scripted television that involves music and everything that we were all blessed to do.
Yeah.
It just
But I will
feels like
say
a dream role.
It is. I will say it would be exciting if there was an unscripted part of Queens, because we have our own show.
Listen, we are behind the scenes.
We needed
No, we be
Nadine
acting like we in a group sometimes for real.
We
Like,
actually, we harmonizing. We have a whole song.
Harmonizing.
Stay ready, so you don't have to get ready.
I love
I mean,
these
like,
ladies.
we're all in. And then we're like, Eve, come on, busting with a freestyle.
Yeah,
with us.
because
Like,
Eve low key can hold a knob.
yeah, but we are like the silliest on set that I almost wish there was a Queens behind the scenes.
Yes.
it makes the show easier that we actually have
Like
this
each
real
other.
connection.
Maybe
It-
season 2, y'all get that going.
right?
Yeah, we should.
So Nadine, you're officially unretired now. Are you gonna do more?
unretired.
Are you gonna do more?
Yeah, I mean, I want to do things that are meaningful to me and to I love anything that's related to women's anything, empowerment, women's any conversation that a woman can benefit from, whether it's a role or a part. Like that's what I'm attracted to.
We
So,
need each other.
We do.
Yeah.
Now, Eve,
We
did you
really
see
do.
Versus the other day? Karis won?
I didn't know.
I missed that
I missed
one.
it. I missed it.
You would have loved it.
I'm gonna
You
look
talk
back
about
at it.
MCing
Oh,
at its
God.
highest point. Like,
Wow.
Legend. Yeah, I
Legend.
need to look at that.
Did you love
Yeah.
yours when you and Trina did it?
y'all
Well, what's
killed it.
crazy is that's when I just found out I was pregnant.
Really?
I literally newly was pregnant, and I was stressed the fuck out because my stylist didn't bring me no clothes.
Damn, and then
So
tried to charge
that
her.
whole day, I had a meltdown right before we went on. So I loved it because it was Trina, and thank God, and it was Swiss, and he took care of me, and Swiss knew, which is why I didn't fly to Miami. I was supposed to fly to Miami, and at the last minute, I didn't. I had to tell Swiss, and he was like, all good, sis, we got you. Of course, my brother, I love him so much. So I was stressed out, and I was like, am I standing too much? I kept thinking about the baby. I was like, am I standing too much? Am I screaming too much? Can you rap when you're pregnant? I was so
Love that.
That's all
Can you rap when you pregnant?
Screaming too much.
She showed Charlamagne.
That's amazing.
She had just found out.
I love that.
She was probably like,
I
I
love
was
that.
so stressed out.
that's hilarious.
But thank God it was Trina because I love me some Trina
Yeah.
so much. I was sad I couldn't hug her. Like I love her so much.
And everybody was wondering why I wasn't even there. Now we know.
Now we
Yes,
know. Yeah,
that is
absolutely.
the
Oh my
reason.
God.
See,
I'm all in
it
the
always
comments
makes
like,
sense.
Yeah.
And people be coming up with other
All
alternative
types
They
of
stuff.
beef and they don't like each
oh, they
other.
don't like
We
each other.
love
They
each
want to be in the
other.
same room. That's all.
Only person I knew at that time was my management, my husband, and Swiss. Literally.
I always know you love Trina though.
Oh no, I mean,
She about that she was pregnant.
Oh, the baby.
Yeah, no, Trina's my people.
Yes.
Like I love Trina to death.
So y'all got a history? Like,
Oh my God, yes, that's my people. Like for real. Like in the beginning of in the business when I started, me, Trina, and Missy would hang out all the time because I lived in New York, so I would just go to Miami, and they always Missy was like our big sister. Like she held us down.
I love Missy.
And yeah, so that's my people. And Trina treated me so good. I recorded my second album there. And while I was there, it was like the city was open. She just made sure everything was right. And ever since then, we've been great.
That's why I felt like a celebration with y'all.
Yeah, and that's what
Didn't
we
feel like
wanted.
competitive
That's
at
what we
all.
wanted.
And you
I mean, she killed it though. She murdered it though.
Yeah,
Like
you
I
did
was
too.
really sad that I wasn't there to shake my ass like a little bit, but I was also too paranoid.
Like you shake your ass when you
can you shake ass while you're pregnant?
I'm all in the comments like,
Can I go
I'm
like
all in the
this?
comments like, I can't believe I'm about to be in a hip hop legendary group with this chick. Like this is crazy. So.
It's surreal.
Does any of that make you want to come back to music? Like all of this, the Queens, the
You
verses.
know what? I just stopped. Brandy and Swiss, both of y'all. Like, so I gotta be honest. I'm definitely closer than I was, but I love the fact that I can make good music as Professor says. And I feel like there've been so many alter ego rappers that have been able to do it in their career. I'm like, this is a great way to be able to do it and do it in a different way. And the music is so good. Like, it's feeding that part for the moment.
In the moment.
For the moment.
But we'll
How
see,
did,
we'll see when the baby comes.
I know
if
what's
that
gonna
maybe
happen.
change it up a
We'll
little bit.
see. I don't know.
How did the passing of Mr. Earl Simmons impact you?
Oh my God, we were finishing the pilot actually when that happened, and for all of us it was crazy. For me, it was I knew a little more than most people because of Swiss, but I have to say, like honestly, after that happened, I was like, I really felt like he for real was at peace. For real. Like for real at peace. Like, thank you. Anybody that ever met X, ever knew him, knew that he was the purest, man. Like his energy was the purest. He was crazy, but it was pure energy. He was one of the most special people I have ever met, ever. And he was unfortunately troubled. And I do feel like he was at peace. And it was hard and horrible, but in a weird way, I'm of course sad for his family. I'm sad for his beautiful kids. I'm sad for all of his family and all that, and all of the people that knew him. But I'm happy for his spirit and his soul.
You said that day.
Yeah, you did.
The day it happened, we were all on set together, and she literally said that. I remember it. He's at peace.
He's at peace.
May he rest.
Well, Queens comes on tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. Definitely check it out.
Why should people watch other than being fans?
I'll be watching.
And it's called Queen. And it's called and you're gonna love it.
See this for all kind of flavors on here.
Okay.
No,
wait.
No other show on TV like
Just
it.
the
I
title.
think you would love the
'cause I'm like,
rapping
what?
and all of
You
that.
gonna watch?
I'm gonna watch.
Okay.
Like you gonna watch?
I'm like, where's our screener at?
Yeah, you was on the screen.
Y'all should've got
Somebody-
on.
we gotta
Screener
get
this
you a
time.
screener.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Okay,
Angela.
I
I'm
know.
like,
Yes.
come over to
No,
the house.
'cause that could be
and we'll do
easy.
something.
Oh, we gonna have a
That's
viewing
fine.
party?
We should, but in Atlanta though.
Oh, okay.
We're shooting in Atlanta, but the reason why people should watch this show is because you will get so much talent in front of you. I mean, from rapping to singing, the music, the relationships, the chemistry that the four of us have. But it's also like you don't get to see 4 women of color leading a show on network television
Amen.
and not be compromising the work.
Yeah.
We're
Right.
not doing like just not saying other people are doing. I just feel like we're doing something to a level that doesn't say, oh, it's just a black show. We're doing something premium level on a network that really cares about storytelling for women, and I'm
And
very
really believes
excited.
in that.
And really, it of course, this is the Queens, but we have other members in our cast that are bomb,
I mean,
bomb
Shout out to
actors.
Peppy,
and Taylor, they're just
Like
they're regulars and they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, I'll definitely be watching, but
Yes,
you already know that.
absolutely. 'Cause you a
And
queen.
we got to shout out Brandy's new single too,
Yes.
right? With Tina
Yes.
Savage. Very
Isn't it
talented,
dope?
So much
beautiful
going
Tina
on.
Savage
Thank you.
and the
Somebody's
beautiful
son.
talent.
My favorite song.
Yes, Tiwa Savage. It's just she's a beautiful African goddess, and just to bridge, both genres from here to
That
Africa,
song
it's
is
amazing.
It's
It's
the
called
most
Somebody's
beautiful
Son.
song.
Well, let's hear it. Let's introduce it.
Why not?
Let's leave on this note. Let's leave on this note.
This is Somebody's Son. Tiwa Savage featuring Brandy.
All right. Well,
On the Breakfast
Naturi,
Club.
Nadine, Brandy, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having
Thank
us.
you for having
It's
us,
the
y'all.
Breakfast Club. Good
This was
morning.
lovely.